this next drawer, it is a little bit of a mess. We have some random eyeshadow palettes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and see what we got. So this first palette right here, this is the first eyeshadow palette I purchased when I said that I was finally gonna get into makeup. So I want to say that was about maybe 9 years ago. So this is the BH Cosmetics Day and Night palette, and yeah, this was like my first palette, you guys. I didn't hit pan, only on that white eyeshadow, but I did use, you know, the majority of the colors, like the red, pink, and this color was, I guess, a favorite of mine. And I'm not gonna get rid of it. Obviously, it's way over expired, but I'm not gonna get rid of it because of the memories, because of this shows me where I started, what really brought my passion, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep it just for that till, you know, it grows mold and it's absolutely disgusting. And yeah, so there's that. This right here I'm also gonna keep because this also was one of my first purchases. So this and the Too Faced chocolate bar, as you can see, this is the first one they came out with. These two right here are the first high-end purchases I got. So I remember I went into Sephora and I was there for probably like an hour. That's probably not a long time, but that was my first time in Sephora. And I was there for about an hour just looking and deciding what I wanted. And I picked up this eyeshadow palette, well, pigment palette. So this was also like the eye opener to me that I loved colorful eyeshadows. I mean, there's really nothing much to say about it. If you love makeup and you love color, you know what this palette means to you. You know, because it means the same to me. This was like my favorite eyeshadow palette ever. So this is definitely near and dear to my heart, and I'm gonna keep it. And the same thing goes for this palette right here. This is a Too Faced palette, and although this is a neutral palette, this palette really meant a lot to me when I bought it, and it still does, because again, this was something that really like opened my eyes to me liking makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this as well. Just this palette right here from Wet n Wild, I am gonna get rid of it. This is the Comfort Zone palette, and I've had this for a while. A really nice concept, but their eyeshadow palettes are like completely different now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of her. This palette is quite old, but I really do like it. This is the Pastel Golf palette from Kat Von D. She's really pretty. This is another palette that even though I purchased her a little bit ago, well, probably a few years ago, I don't know, she's just really pretty, and I do like the packaging, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this palette just specifically for the packaging. This is the Tarteist Pro Palette, and I believe I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this palette here. These I think they broke, and then this one as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is the I don't even know which one this is. Okay, this is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. She's pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep her because I really do like that emerald green in there. This palette, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Mario palette. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna go ahead and take that off. So this palette, there was so many like mixed reviews on this palette, and to be honest, I can't even tell you how I feel about this palette. So I am going to get rid of this palette. I don't know, I kind of want to keep it, but I don't know because I don't think I'm gonna use it. I probably will. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna keep it for right now and see if I use it again. If not, then I'm just gonna give her away. And then this palette right here, I'm definitely gonna keep. This is the e.l.f. Mixed Metals palette, no, Modern Metals palette. And I purchased the whole collection from them when this first came out. And this is a super pretty eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to go ahead and keep her and just kind of use her a little bit more. You know, that's why I'm happy that I'm kind of downsizing a lot of this stuff. That way I can go ahead and just use a lot of it and just put it into rotation. Now this is the next drawer. I think like with time what I'm gonna do is I'll just kind of organize the eyeshadow palettes, like maybe by like small ones together and stuff like that, but for the meantime we're just gonna get through. So in this drawer I have these palettes from Juvia's Place. So the first one I have here is the Saharan 2, and this is what she looks like. Super pretty. I am not getting rid of any of these Juvia's palettes, so I'm just gonna let you know right now I'm keeping all of them. So this is the first one. Super pretty. The reason I'm not getting rid of them is because their formula is so amazing. I just can't. And the packaging is gorgeous. The next one we have is the Festival palette, and this one I loved because it was orange, and then here she goes inside. Super pretty. This is a really nice like brow bone highlight, inner corner as well. Super pretty. This is the Zulu palette. I love the packaging, and she's so pretty, so bright, super pretty. And this color right here, this is a rose gold. Oh my god, it's to die for. I swear to god, yeah, like that color is the bomb. You can get these palettes on sale all the time, so you guys should definitely check them out if you don't have any already. This is the BH Cosmetics and Carly Bible palette. I'm definitely not getting rid of this. I love this palette when it came out. It's so soft and neutral, but it was just so pretty. And I don't know, I used to really like Carly Bible, but now she's like super famous, so you know. But yeah, I was like really into her videos and stuff like that. So this is this palette, and I'm gonna keep it. My favorite shade is this one up here. It's like a pink, but it has like a gold shift to it. Super pretty. So can y'all tell I'm like kind of obsessed with Juvia's Place? This is the Magic palette by Juvia's Place, and again another really pretty eyeshadow palette. I think I've touched it like bare minimum, but she's super pretty, so of course we're keeping her. And then last but not least, I think this was my first purchase from them. This is the Masquerade palette, and this is what she looks like. So yeah, we're gonna keep all of these eyeshadow palettes. So this is another random drawer, just everything scattered. So I recently did a video on this. This is the Profusion and Mean Girls collection. So I purchased this face palette. It just has the highlight. This is like a blush highlight as well, and the bronzer. They had like a darker version of this. And then of course I purchased the Regina George palette, because Regina George, Rachel McAdams, is like my favorite person ever. She's so beautiful. So I purchased this one, and it's kind of sticky. This is what she looks like inside. I think this was a really good collab. Really pigmented, really nice, definitely worth it. So I have these two in here, which I'll go ahead and set to the side. I am gonna keep them, I'm just not gonna put them back in here. So here we have this BH Cosmetics palette. This is the Ultimate Artistry palette, and it's super freaking big. And that's what it looks like. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep it, just because I do want to play around with it a little bit more. There are some pretty colors in here, like this green is super pretty, this one, and this color, like they're just so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep this. I'm really bad at this, you guys. I'm telling you, I kind of like decluttered a lot already, so there's really not much for me to declutter. This is brand new. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a giveaway for you guys. This is the Royal Affair palette from BH Cosmetics. So as you can see, it's still in the packaging. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside for a giveaway. Here we have the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette. So this is a very old palette, which I am going to part ways with, just because, you know, I have a lot of colorful palettes and this was great for the moment, but I am gonna go ahead and just move on from this, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the family member that I'm talking about, because she actually has a daughter, so I think this would be perfect for her daughter to just go ahead and play and experiment with some color. I have this that I also recently did a video on. I'll go ahead and link that for you guys as well. This is the Makeup Revolution palette, and it's so pretty. I really love it. So as you can see, you have like the marijuana leaves in there, and it's just a really all over pretty different palette. So I am definitely gonna keep this bad boy. Like, look at that, like them colors though. Especially that color right here called Bud. This is so freaking pretty. This is totally random, so this is not gonna be in here. And then we have this one. This is the Revolution makeup. This is Makeup Revolution. Why I keep saying, yeah, Makeup Revolution. This is the Emily Edit palette. This is the Wants. She had two palettes, I believe, when she came out with them, and I decided to go with this one. Super pretty. I do like it. I am gonna go ahead and keep it just because it's from her. And yeah, I can see myself probably dipping into this again. I know these palettes are super old, you guys, but I just can't part ways with it. So we're going to go ahead and keep her as well.